The storm is brewing, and you won't want to miss a second of what's coming. First, the team that started with an impressive streak is now stumbling after 3 consecutive losses. What's happening on the field? The defense needs urgent adjustments to face the Titans in Week 13. Stay tuned, because the future of the playoffs is at stake. But that's not all. In a twist no one saw coming, there are rumors that the iconic Redskins logo might return. Yes, the one designed by a Native American artist and a symbol of pride for many. Is this a genuine tribute or a cultural setback? The negotiations over the RFK Stadium could be the key to this comeback. Stay until the end to find out what this means for the team's legacy. And speaking of reinforcements, star cornerback Marshon Latimore has arrived to strengthen our defense. His impact could be the change we need to secure a playoff spot. Will he be the hero that leads us back to the winning path? Don't miss it, because every play counts. Finally, strategic roster moves have the Commanders adjusting their pieces. With the return of running back Chris Rodriguez and other changes in defense, will these moves be enough to keep us competitive? Or do we need more reinforcements? Washington Commanders fans, we need to talk about what's happening with this team, which is not only dealing with challenges on the field, but also with a controversy capturing everyone's attention. How can a team that started the season with an impressive 7-2 now be stumbling amid a 3-game losing streak? I'm telling you this, there's much more at stake than meets the eye. First, let's focus on the on-field performance. After a tough 34-26 loss to the Dallas Cowboys in Week 12, the Commanders have dropped to a 7-5 record. This slump has raised serious concerns about their playoff chances. With the crucial Week 13 matchup against the Tennessee Titans on the horizon, the question is clear. Can the Commanders adjust their defense and get back on the winning track? I believe they have to. Otherwise, their postseason hopes could quickly fade away. Now, let's leave the playing field for a moment and talk about what's really grabbing everyone's attention. The possible resurrection of the Redskins logo. Yes, you heard it right. Senator Steve Daines has been in the news, revealing that the Commanders and the NFL are exploring the possibility of reintroducing elements of the team's historical identity. According to Daines, censoring the old logo was a mistake, and steps are now being taken to restore it to prominence. The logo, designed by Native American artist Walter Blackie Wetzel and inspired by Blackfoot Chief John Two Guns' white calf, holds deep cultural significance. The Wetzel family sees it as a symbol of pride. Ryan Wetzel, Walter's grandson, expressed his excitement to see the conversation about the logo reopened after it was thought to have disappeared forever. But is this a step forward or a step back? I ask you, can the team truly honor its past without compromising the present? Daines' proposal doesn't stop at the logo. He has also suggested that profits from merchandise bearing the logo could go to support Native American causes in an effort to honor Indian country. But is this enough to ensure that the logo's return is seen as a respectful gesture and not an opportunistic move? I believe the success of this effort will largely depend on how the Commanders handle partnerships with tribal leaders and Native communities. Furthermore, the recent advancement of Bill H.R. 4984, which would transfer control of the RFK Stadium site to the District of Columbia, adds another layer to this complex story. The possibility of a new stadium in such an iconic place for Washington football legacy is exciting for fans. But as always, the devil is in the details, and the logo's return is tied to these negotiations. This is a crucial moment for the Commanders. The Senate vote on the RFK Stadium bill in December will be a turning point. Will this be the start of a bold new chapter for the team, or just another twist in its already tumultuous history? For a team that has been trying to redefine itself in recent years, the return of the logo could be a significant step. But is it the right step? I ask you, the fans, do you believe this move truly honors the team's legacy, or is it a step back on the path? Who's arrived to bolster our defense? None other than star cornerback Marshon Latimore. I'm telling you this, his addition could be the game changer we need to right the ship and secure our playoff spot. Marshon Latimore, who joined the Commanders on November 5th after a trade with the New Orleans Saints, had his first practice with the team this Wednesday. After being out with a hamstring injury, which also kept him out of his last game with the Saints in Week 9, Latimore is back on the field. And let me tell you, head coach Dan Quinn couldn't be more excited. "We're thrilled to have him back on the field," said Quinn, although he didn't confirm if Latimore will play this Sunday against the Tennessee Titans. Now, what does this mean for the Commanders? I believe the arrival of a player of Latimore's caliber, a four-time Pro Bowl selection and Defensive Rookie of the Year in 2017, is a huge boost for our defense. With 15 interceptions, 2 returned for touchdowns, and 405 tackles in his career with the Saints, Latimore brings experience and talent to our secondary. And with the losing streak we've had, his presence could be just what we need to stop opposing offenses. This weekend, the Commanders face the Titans, a team with a 3-8 record, in Landover, Maryland. Although Latimore might not be on the field this Sunday, his return to practice is a positive sign that he'll be ready to contribute soon. Plus, with the bye week in Week 14, Latimore will have additional time to get in shape before the exciting matchup against his former team, the Saints, in Week 15. Latimore's arrival not only strengthens our defense, but also sends a message to the league that the Commanders are committed to fighting for a playoff spot. This strategic move could be the catalyst we need to get back on the path to success. So fans, here's my question for you. Do you think Marshon Latimore will be the game changer the Commanders need to secure their playoff spot? Yes, folks. We're talking about strategic roster moves, bringing back a familiar face and strengthening our defensive line. I'm telling you this. Every move counts when it comes to securing our path to the playoffs. First, let's talk about the surprise of the moment, the return of running back Chris Rodriguez. After being unexpectedly released last Saturday, Rodriguez is back with the Commanders. The decision to release him was surprising, especially considering Brian Robinson had already missed 3 games this season. And as if it were a sign, Robinson got injured again in the game against the Cowboys and couldn't return in the second half. This, combined with Austin Eckler's concussion, who has already suffered 2 this year, further complicated the situation in the Commanders' backfield. Now I ask you, what does this mean for the Commanders' ground game? With Rodriguez and Jeremy McNichols as the only healthy running backs on the roster, the team will have to rely on them to keep the ground game going. Rodriguez has had limited participation, with only 11 carries for 52 yards in 2 games, while McNichols has been more active, amassing 217 yards on 44 carries, averaging an impressive 4.93 yards per carry. Additionally, with the bye week in Week 14, the Commanders might opt to give Robinson the necessary time to fully heal before the last 4 games of the season. If they decide to go this route, it's likely the team will sign another running back or elevate Michael Wiley, a promising rookie who impressed in the preseason, to the active roster. But that's not all. In other team moves, the Commanders have signed defensive tackle Viliami Fehoko Jr. to the practice squad and released guard Marquis Hayes. These changes reflect a focus on strengthening the defense, which is crucial given the team's recent performance. So, fans, here's my question for you. Do you think these roster moves are enough to keep the Commanders competitive in the final stretch of the season? Or should they look for more reinforcements? Commanders fans, are we about to witness a bold new chapter in the team's history, or just another twist in its already tumultuous journey? With the logo's return, are we truly honoring the team's legacy, or is it a step back on the path toward cultural progress? We want to know your opinion. Is this the right move? Also, let's talk about Marshon Latimore. Will he be the game changer the Commanders need to secure their playoff spot? We're interested in your thoughts on how his arrival could impact the team's performance. Finally, with the recent roster moves, do you think the Commanders have what it takes to stay competitive in the final stretch of the season? Or should they keep looking for more reinforcements? Share your opinions and join the discussion. If you enjoy these conversations and want to be part of a passionate community that's like family, we invite you to subscribe to the channel. Join us and be part of this great fan community. And remember, hail to the Redskins!